Going to call the April 13th, 2021 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order. Chris, do you have any announcements or presentations?
Nope.
No. All right. With that, we'll move on to the consent agenda. We were both present for that. So with that, I'll look for a motion to approve. I will second. Motion by Jason, second by Jeff. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right. Moving on. Well, Jason, I think you can come up for a while, it looks like. So we're going to start with resolution number 6, or item number 6, resolution R041321. And this is an NDOT LPA contract for project coordination and construction of 116th Street and Allisonville Road.
Good afternoon. For the record, Jason Taylor, Director of Engineering. Items 6 through 12 are standard contracts with the state of Indiana whenever we receive federal aid projects. So I'll go through each individual so that you can review, approve, vote on. The first one, number 6, is for the construction of 116th Street and Allisonville Road intersection. We received HSIP funding, which is 90-10 split on the funding source, and we received approximately $2,358,000 for the construction of that, which we would be required to do 10% match. So this is a standard contract with NDOT and the local, which is us, requesting that you approve as presented in the agreement.
Questions?
Nope.
All right. With that, I'll look for a motion.
So moved.
I will second. Motion by Jason, second by Jeff. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item number 7, R041321A Alpha.
Again, for the record, Jason Taylor, Director of Engineering. Very similar to 116th in Allisonville. This one is for Oleo Road and Southeastern Parkway. It's a 90-10 split that we received federal funding in the amount of $2.623 million, or $2,623,500, with the local match being $327,938 for the construction. Requesting that you review and approve as presented.
What are we doing with this one?
So this one is one that we've been working with. Originally, when we submitted for the project, we felt that it was going to be best to overlay the roadway, because it's currently concrete, with asphalt so that you could get better delineation between the markings, contrast, better word, for the markings in the pavement, and also reconfigure the lanes. We've been working with MPO recently, as well as the county, to look at an alternative method, which we're still waiting for some approval on what that would be, but it would be some improvements to that southwest or the 5th leg of that roundabout.
Okay, great. All right.
Jason, when are all these going to bid? Because I think they're all contingent on the lowest bidder. So are they all coming out soon?
They're all in late 2020. The last two have been in late 2023 calendar year is when we anticipate, but it could, depending on the schedule of the construction and right-of-way and various other aspects, it could slip into early 2024, but we're targeting late 23, which would be a November or October timeframe.
So there's no issues with time limits on this?
No, on this one, not yet. Cool. It would really be, once you guys approve, then at that point, we can move forward with a consultant, and that's when we'll start to identify the really refined schedule.
Okay, I just didn't know if there was a finite amount of time or not. Okay.
All right. You good? All right. With that, I'll make a motion to approve item number 7. Excuse me.
Approved. Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Jason. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item number 8, R041321B Bravo.
Again, Jason Taylor, Director of Engineering. This one here is for 126th Street and Southeastern Parkway. It is what's called CMAQ funding, which is not, this is an 80-20 split versus the 90-10. We were awarded $1,984,000 for the construction, with $248,000 for the local match. The project is to be let in late 2023, and we're requesting that you review and approve.
Roundabout on this
Yeah,
one?
it is a proposed roundabout at this intersection, which will connect into the southern portion of Hunter's Run.
Okay.
Chris, through some of the stimulus money we got, we'll be receiving, can we apply that, the 10%, 20%, from those monies, or?
So there's a couple different buckets right now. There's
Yeah.
the American Recovery Plan dollars.
Yeah,
Those are specifically targeted towards COVID relief and utilities.
okay,
So we have that bucket of money that's getting ready to come to the city here
Okay.
relatively soon. What you're referring to, I think, is President Biden's infrastructure plan
Yes.
dollars stimulus.
yeah,
And I don't know that we have a specific item that's been earmarked yet for the estimate of what we could be
Okay.
receiving under that, but we are tracking it and following it.
but things like this could fall under, since it's infrastructure oriented?
I would
even
assume
under
so.
10%, or-
Absent further
Yeah,
guidance and restrictions on it,
Gotcha.
yes, I would assume so.
great, okay.
All right, with that, any other questions on item number 8?
No,
All right, motion to approve.
so moved.
I will second. Motion by Jason, second by Jeff. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item number 9, R041321C Charlie.
Director of Engineering, Jason Taylor. This one here is for 136th Street from Southeastern Parkway to Prairie Baptist Road. It's a corridor improvement project with a paving exception there at the bridge. It was recently reconstructed, as well as the horizontal correction of that curve that the county did a couple years ago. I think it was 2016, if I recall. But we were awarded federal funds in the amount of $2,251,520. For the local match, it'd be $282,856. Again, another late 2023 construction, which you have seen a trend. 2023 and 2024 are going to be very heavy construction seasons for us. We request that you review and approve.
Questions? All right, I'll make a motion to approve item number 9.
Second,
Motion by Jeff, second by Jason. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 10, R041321D Delta.
Jason Taylor, Director of Engineering. For this one is slightly different. It's the same type of contract, but instead it is for the right-of-way acquisition. This is something that we typically do not receive as federal funds participating. We were fortunate. It's from the 136th Street corridor of Southeastern Parkway to Prairie Baptist Road. And it's an 80-20 split in which federal funding is $817,040 with a local match of $204,260. It is for the stretch that previously approved. Any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve item number 10.
second,
Motion by Jeff, second by Jason. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 11, R041321E Echo.
Jason Taylor, Director of Engineering. Before you is federally funded project that we received STBG funding, which is an 80-20 split as well. It is for the 136th Street corridor from Prairie Baptist to Cynthia Ann. So it picks up where the previous contract lets off and then goes to the newly constructed roundabout at Cynthia Ann Road. This is federal funds in the amount of $3,186,616 and our local match of $796,654. Be happy to answer any questions. It is, and as an FYI, it is also, we combine those into one project, an entire corridor. So it's the same construction schedule of late 2023 and then 2024.
Great. Questions? Motion.
so moved.
I will second. Motion by Jason, second by Jeff. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Item number 12, R041321F Frank.
Jason Taylor, Director of Engineering. This one is the last of those types of contracts. It is for the same stretch of roadway, which we received federal funding for the right-of-way acquisition in the amount of $1,085,840. My apologies. And the local match would be $271,460.
Questions?
No.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
Motion by Jeff, second by Jason. All in favor, please say aye. Motion carries. All right, item number 13, R041321G George.
For the record, Jason Taylor, Director of Engineering. Before you is a right of entry request for the sewer services for Grantham Park at Agri Park. We have been working with the Director, Sarah Sandquist, with the parks to ensure that there are no impacts. And you can see on the screen that this is the proposed boring that they would need to perform in order to be able to see where the sanitary sewer can be at a certain depth. We have worked with legal as well to ensure that the agreement is in compliance with all of our other agreements, requesting to approve and execute the agreement as presented. Be happy to answer any questions. And also, the petitioner, as part of Grantham, is here as well.
Questions?
No.
Great. All right, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Motion by Jeff, second by Jason. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item number 14, R041321H Hilo. Thanks for coming.
Jason Taylor, Director of Engineering. This is one that is anticipated in a couple years. The Hamilton County Highway Department is planning improvements at the intersection of Allisonville Road and 146th Street as a roundabout interchange. In anticipation of that work, they need to further the design. They need to be able to do geotechnical work. They are requesting that along Allisonville Road, as you can see in the exhibit provided, they will need lane restrictions in the turn lanes. We have tried to push them outside of the pavement as much as possible, between the path and the roadway, as well as sometimes located outside of the path. We've been in coordination with the county on this, as well as our State Road 37 team, to ensure that the schedule of their work is not going to be in conflict. But they are looking at performing that work this week, as well as through the month of May.
Okay.
So sequential to or on top of our closure?
Yes, like right now, they are not performing work on Allisonville Road. They are performing work on the county's roadway of 146th Street in coordination with the county and the 37 MOT.
Okay.
Once the closure this week for 37 and 146, once that is complete, they will then shift over into the Allisonville Road area so that we don't cause additional congestion beyond what is already a tough area.
Okay. Good. Motion to approve.
So moved.
I will second. Motion by Jason, second by Jeff. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're done with me.
Great.
Well, we saved the best for last, Sarah.
Yeah. All right. So as we move to item 15, we need to make a motion for open up public hearing. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
let's let Sarah go ahead and present it, and then you can call for the public hearing after that, if that's all right.
Sure, absolutely.
Hi, Sarah Sandquist, Director of Parks and Recreation. Before you have a request for approval to award a build, operate, transfer agreement to Meyer Najum for construction of the Geist Waterfront Park. About a year ago, we went through an RFPQ process and selected Meyer Najum based off of their experience and qualifications. And we've been working with them over the last year on design and scoping for the park, and we would like to move forward with awarding the BOT agreement to them.
Awesome.
Questions?
Nope.
All right, so with that, we will open this meeting for a public hearing. If anyone would like to come forward and comment, now would be the time.
Or online, right?
Or online, that's correct. All right, I'm understanding we don't have anyone online.
Right.
Doesn't appear to be anyone here, so with that, we will close the public portion of this meeting. And with that, we will look for a motion to approve item 15.
So moved.
I will second. Motion by Jason, second by Jeff. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks.
Do we have any other unfinished or new business items?
Yeah, we have one announcement that Jason Taylor just wants to make for public purposes. We've been getting a lot of comments made to the city over the last week and a half about potential 5G action starting back up again. And there's a lot of neighborhoods where various staking has taken place. And so we've had a lot of residents who have reached out wondering what that staking is about. And so Jason just wanted to provide some comments to the board and to the public about the background of some of that information.
Great.
Jason Taylor, Director of Engineering. Sorry, I lied to you. I will be back up. On the 5G, Chris did a good job of providing a summary of what is currently going on, and the process that we're doing right now with Verizon on their 5G permits is they've halted all of their permits. They're looking to start that back up this summer and doing the process of going through the neighborhood meetings, bringing it back to the board. I wanted to clarify for you as well as the public that the work that is currently being staked and marked out there is Verizon's due diligence for proposed plans of cell structures. They're not the actual approved permitted structures. Anything that was not taken to the board that was not approved or has been denied is not being staked, or it is being staked and it's not being constructed. And that is for their own purposes to see if they need to run power and fiber and what it would take to get that to there, and then their internal aspects. We have received a number of comments and emails and calls about it, and we're going to be pushing additional information out in the HOA newsletters that our PR team puts together. And we ask that residents be patient and put together or look at our website for additional information, or if any questions, feel free to reach out, and we'd be happy to help and guide through that process.
This is probably a good segue to let you know too. As you know, we've been actively involved in the legislative session this year regarding 5G. I went and testified early on in the House process, and the bill is making its way through the Senate right now. As it looks, there will be some adjustments to the small cell process. What those are, I can't definitively tell you yet, but there has been an attempt to further modify the residential waiver process. And so when that process is finalized, and if and when the governor does sign off on an amendment to that process, we'll regroup, we'll make sure the public understands what that process is going forward, if it changes materially from what we've been doing in the past. And then Jason and his team have already been working with Verizon to re-engage their potential rollout here in the community again this summer, which is anticipated to be sometime in the May-June timeframe, is that right? June-July timeframe. So we will be revisiting these conversations. Perhaps it'll be under just a slightly different procedure, but it's my take that it'll more than likely continue with the procedure that we have, with maybe just some very slight modifications. You have any questions about that?
So Chris, are we gonna have to go through each one again? Because I thought it was finite, like 90 days to
So-
act after the permit was approved.
Yeah, so if you recall, around the November-December timeframe, Verizon decided to put a halt to continuing with the processing of their permits. They had over 100 permits that were either tabled or had yet to be heard by the board. So they officially canceled out all of those permits, or we told them the process will be that these permits will be terminated because of that shot clock. So Verizon will bring back each and every single one of those permits that were either tabled or not considered by the board as if they were a new permit process. So what's important for all the homeowners is that Verizon doesn't just pick back up at the 11th hour. They will start back over. We will resupply the notice. We will take everybody through the same process that we took everybody through during the last go-around.
So the ones that were already approved, there was no timetable?
The ones that were already approved are continuing to move forward. There is a construction timetable of, I believe, 2 years from your approval on those. And then the ones that were tabled, denied, or not brought back can be reinserted through this new process.
And we will restart the process that any that were either not brought forward, denied, or tabled.
Okay, I just didn't know if we had to go through and approve the ones that were approved previous.
No, those
because
are
of that.
all
Okay.
going to stand still.
Gotcha.
And then in addition to that, and Jason and his team have continued to communicate on this, but AT&T is going to be coming out this summer as well with a fiber rollout similar to Metronet's build out that they did a number of years ago. And so we're going to have a pretty aggressive fiber rollout this summer. So more information to come on that, but
Yeah.
there'll be a lot of activity going around.
And to be
Tammy's gonna
very
be busy,
clear,
is what you're saying.
I'm sorry?
Tammy's gonna be very busy.
Yeah, and to be very clear, on the AT&T 5G, that is all underground. There are no above-ground structures that we've been informed of
In the residential areas.
in the residential areas. And it is, like Chris stated, it's similar to what MetroNet did and what AT&T did a few years ago as well. And we'll follow a very similar process for that as what we did with MetroNet on notification to the HOAs, the newsletter, as well as signage to ensure that it's all being done properly and communicated appropriately.
Okay, great, all right.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the update. All right, with that, motion to adjourn. I'll second motion by Jason, second by Jeff. All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.